Did you know Bleak House was kind of like the 19th century's version of a binge-worthy TV series? Charles Dickens had everyone hanging by a thread, eagerly awaiting each installment like the season finale of their favorite show. Dickens had a knack for capturing the nitty-gritty of Victorian England with a mix of keen observation and biting humor, churning out stories that make us laugh, cry, and everything in between, even centuries later. But Bleak House? It's a different beast. Imagine a misty London, a never-ending lawsuit, and a bunch of characters whose lives are knotted together tighter than earbuds in your pocket. This work was served up piece by piece in serialized fashion, keeping readers on their toes and making them crave the next episode. Unlike his other works, which often focused on one or two main themes, Bleak House was chock full of them: fate, coincidence, social critique, making it a unique standout in Dickens' repertoire. And among these, coincidence stands out as more than plot device. It's practically a character in its own right. First, we've got these random run-ins that happen when the story seems to need a nudge, like Esther Summerson, our narrator and all-around good soul, bumping into just the right person at just the right time to peel another layer off the onion that is this plot. It's like when you run into a friend at the grocery store and they happen to have that book you've been dying to read. Except in Bleak House, these encounters can change lives or reveal dark secrets. And speaking of secrets, let's talk about the jaw-droppers. Dickens crafts moments that make you say, "No way." Like when Lady Dedlock's connection to Esther is unveiled, the kind of revelation makes you want to flip back and see what clues you missed. These aha moments come tumbling out thanks to perfectly aligned circumstances that might make a skeptic believe in fate. For example, the discovery of the letters that exposed Lady Dedlock's past. What are the odds, right? But here's the kicker. Dickens doesn't just throw in coincidences for the thrill. He's showing us how interconnected we all are, often in ways we can't even see. It's like he's saying, "Look closer, folks. The world's more tangled than you think." But are those coincidences really coincidental? Or do they show how fate operates in the novel? Let's take a closer look at how Bleak House serves up a generous helping of fate, showing us that sometimes the universe has a plan, whether we like it or not. First, Dickens doesn't shy away from showing us that every action has its reaction, and boy, does he do it with style. Take the character of Mr. Tulkinghorn, the lawyer with more secrets under his wig than a spy, and his relentless pursuit of Lady Dedlock's past, driven by his own motives, ultimately leads to his demise. Now here, Dickens is proverbially tapping us on the shoulder, whispering, "See, fate has a way of balancing the scales." It's like watching a mystery unfold, where every clue points to an inevitable conclusion that's both satisfying and a tad spooky. Now, let's talk about how fate isn't just about cosmic justice. It's also a key player in our characters' journeys. Esther Summerson, our beacon of goodness, faces her fair share of trials, from smallpox scars to heart-wrenching revelations about her family. Yet, these very trials shape her into the strong, compassionate soul we can't help but root for. Dickens cleverly uses fate to push his characters to their limits, forcing them to grow in ways they never thought possible. It's like life's tough love program where the universe says, "Here's what you need to deal with. Let's see what you're made of." And let's not forget about the broader implications of fate in the novel. Through the endless twists and turns of the Jarndyce and Jarndyce lawsuit, Dickens paints a striking picture of a convoluted legal system that seems destined to consume itself. The characters caught in its web are at mercy of a fate dictated by the whims of an impersonal and indifferent system. Yet in this bleak landscape, moments of choice and moral clarity shine through, suggesting that while fate may set the stage, our actions really define us. But there might be more to coincidence and fate within the text. What if I told you that all those wild coincidences in Bleak House were really a way for Charles Dickens to throw some major shade at Victorian society? Yep, yeah, you heard that right. Imagine Victorian London as a giant, bustling web of streets, secrets, and stories. And now Dickens comes along and plucks a strand of that web with a tale so tangled in coincidences it makes us wonder if he's on to something bigger. Through the chaos of these encounters and revelations, he goes beyond entertainment to unmasking the madness of his society. Think about it. The crazy web of connections in Bleak House reflects the real-world social network of Victorian England, where the rich rub elbows with the poor, and everyone's fate is more intertwined than they realize. It's like Dickens is saying, look how connected we all are, for better or worse, and yet we pretend like we're worlds apart. But by using coincidence as a lens, Dickens isn't just pointing out the interconnectedness, he's also critiquing it. He shows us a world where your destiny can hinge on who you bump into on the street or whose letter lands in your hands. It's a society where randomness can determine your future, highlighting the lack of control people have over their own lives. And in a world obsessed with class and status, that's a pretty bold statement. So, next time you visit the foggy streets of Bleak House, remember that those coincidences aren't just plot twists. They're Dickens saying, wake up and smell the tea, folks. We're all in this mess together. And just like that, a novel about a never-ending lawsuit becomes a clever commentary on life's chaotic, interconnected nature. I have another video with Dickens at its heart that might shed light on interpreting some of his other works. And, of course, like, share, and subscribe to keep up with more literary fun.